All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Indianapolis Colts. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here goes Hut. 50, Mike, 50. Rip left.
Faking the give, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done.
Hey, Delta.
Darnold now to throw. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. 23 yards the pickup there.
Let's go.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it in. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw is Darnold. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb, because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Give the sack to Kamoko Toure. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
Go.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Darnold. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis, and also move the sticks.
That's another Colts first down.
Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. The shotgun snap for Darnold. He'll find Metcalf. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Darnold looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8. And it's a clinic that we're seeing put on here so far. 6 for 6 first drive of the game for him passing.
You know I'm a defensive guy, and while I'm admiring the heck out of what they're doing, throwing the ball around, all I keep thinking is this is where the...
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Tahir Whitehead. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
I got it. Tight end right. You got 3.
A 1st carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his 1st Pro Bowl last year. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 12-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Mayfield down. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st down, Falcons.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll run with McCaffrey, and he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Give them the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw, Mayfield. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter. We're scoreless after 1. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Mayfield on play action. Looking deep for Adams. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And that's complete to Adams. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson, and they're able to get this one across the 35. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On 1st down, Carson. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action. It's Darnold. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended target was the rookie Terry McLaurin. 3rd down here.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 33. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Mike's 50. We own them. We own them.
Throwing again is Darnold. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because he's quick.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. He's got daylight. 30. 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Second and 11 at the 21-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Darnold from the gun. He's going to launch this thing. He's got a man complete. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Darnold completes it, and he's taken down inside the 30. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off of play action, Darnold. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Darnold. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold. This will be caught at about the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now it's Darnold. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Zadarius Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Back to throw, Darnold. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point put through by Succop, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Oh, he's able to muscle him here as he pulls it in. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. The 305-pound defensive end, Jarrell Casey, gets the sack. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Mayfield looks to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So a touchdown apiece. That's what we have to show at halftime as they head to the locker room. 7-7 our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Third and short yardage. Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tramon Williams. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Check, 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 check.
They run again with Carson. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd.
Talking about it and bring it. Mike Smooth. Mike 50. Here we go.
Here's Darnold. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
First down.
And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. 2 yards and able to get the 1st down in the process.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Jamal Sheard on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the ground, McCaffrey. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons.
1st downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. From the red zone now, Mayfield. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Jamal Sheard able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
86. He's sneaking. Watch out for 86.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. That one was intended for John Brown, but now it'll be 3rd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Jarrell Casey picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Tighten up.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Back now in Indianapolis. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. This is Carson. Eight yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now, he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one, 28 yards on the ground.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set. 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I love the...
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Giovanni Bernard. His first touchdown of the new season. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that makes it a 17-10 score. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The throw over the middle taken in and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. And this one complete to Reed. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
First down, Falcons.
Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Mayfield escaping the pressure right. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Jordan Reed, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It's Steve McClendon that time who winds up getting him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's got his man, it's Andrews. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That's good for an Indianapolis 1st down on a gain of 10. Darnold now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. They run it with Carson. They find some open field here. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. Now it's Carson. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Carson. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll try to run with Carson, and he takes it in for a Colts score. Chris Carson in the final minute, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute.
I don't know how many more of these my heart can take, my man. I just don't know. Another big touchdown. Late in the game, they look like they're in control, but still, there's a chance. Block the extra point, go down and score, kick the extra point themselves. They can pull this one out.
Yeah, but also on the sideline that just took the lead, you got to get your defense ready in the special teams unit for the kickoff coming up.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Got to pull everyone together and make sure they're still focused and aren't already celebrating a win.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the Falcons' 8-yard line.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
The play lost a yard. It's now 3rd and goal.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for Indianapolis, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another home date next week as the Raiders will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.